Okay, well, as usual, in one of my videos, I said something that I didn't know about. So, in my three videos on talking sort of to Sony, if they would actually pay any damn attention to, the internet or their blogs, their petitions, etc., um, I basically said I would like there to be a PS2 Classic Service. Little did I know, and no one actually told me, they finally made one. I'm honestly shocked. For years they had this bullshit why there was no service for PlayStation 2. Why people who actually bitched about backwards compatibility. Why there was no backwards compatibility for the PS3. It's like PS2 still sells. Well, now it's 2011. You need a service. They finally made one, and three of the five games I know that, and I heard they were amazing. At least two of them, anyways. That I know. So there's Maximo. I don't know how good that was. God Hand, which I heard that was a great cult classic game, like a 3D beat 'em up. I think it's supposed to be much different than Yakuza, which I love that series. So I'm looking forward to uh, uh, God Hand if I ever get it, which I might for the holidays maybe. I don't know if I spend the money. And then Grim Grimoire, which I heard of this game. I think it was late in the library of the PS2 era, but I heard it was pretty good. So I mean, that's three games that I know of. There was two others I can't remember their names. So it's a pretty small list so far. I've heard Resident Evil Outbreak is supposed to come to it in the coming months. I'm really looking forward to RPGs. Two in particular that have come out in the last, I think, 3 years, 4 years. Persona 3 and Persona 4. I know it's a stretch. I mean, shit. Fucking GameStop sells it for like $35, $40. But I know like a shit ton of people who would buy it on PSN for like $30, just period. Like, lower by $10, people would fucking buy it. I'm serious. I mean, God forbid, that's steep for me, but I, for shit's sake, it's 40, like 35, $40 used. Yeah, I don't think they sell that game new. Um, they do sell a few new games in GameStop for PS2, but not those ones. Like, holy shit, that'd be freaking amazing. And then there's like the Wild Arms sequels. You got, and that'd be great. All those Star Wars games. Yes, in my opinion, they were better on Xbox. I mean, I didn't play all of them for Xbox, but I really thought Battlefield was much better on Xbox. Um, just because it was like four-player split screen, it was sort of like the beginning of the HD era and shit. But that's just my opinion. Um, and then, like, I mean, there were a lot of games. Again, check my list of games I wanted on PSN. I mean, I had a shit ton of games. Also, I forgot a game that I wanted on to be put on PS1, and there was actually there's a petition somewhere on the internet. I actually put my name on one of them as the signature. Legend of Dragoon. It's on the PlayStation Network in Japan, and that was almost a year ago. So what the hell, Sony? This is one of Sony's games. I'm not shitting you. They have not released one of their own RPGs to the US. It made more in the US than it did in Japan. Are you fucking kidding me? Kazuo Hirai, get this in your brain. We want fucking RPGs, you asshole. I'm serious. I want a fucking RPG. I don't care how old it is. I don't care how long it takes. I mean, I heard that game was great. And it was the most colorful game I've ever seen on PS1, okay? I heard it was way better than Final Fantasy VII. Come on. You made it. I don't care if it was underrated. 980,000 units. Yeah, it's not a million, but I don't care. I know I'm going off on a tangent, but there's no excuse. If it was put in Japan with almost a quarter of the sales of the U.S., why isn't it here? That makes no logical sense. The LOL series of PS1, you got Persona 1 and 2. I know those are on PSP, but still, they'd still make money for Sony or whoever else created them. And someone mentioned this also on one of the many PlayStation forums for the PS2 Classics, Xenosaga. However, like they said, apparently the corporation that originally made it has become a subsidiary of Nintendo, so that could be a legal issue. But I did, like that game, sort of, so if they could at least put one of them on PSN, I'm sure it'd make a lot of money. These are just a few ideas that would go along with PSN and everything. Tell me your thoughts. What games you would like to be added to the new PS2 Classic Service, or any of the other services, PS1 Classics and the PS3 online game service.